I'm gonna call the Dumfries Town Council meeting of Wednesday, November the 8th, 2023 at 7 p.m. to order. Madam Clerk, would you take the roll, please?
Yes, sir. Councilman Brown,
Councilman Brown is not here today. He won't be here.
thank you. Councilman Fields,
Here.
Chair Pro Tem Miles,
Present.
Councilwoman Peterson,
Here.
Councilman Pete,
Here.
Vice Mayor Nickerson,
Yeah.
Mayor Wood.
Present.
Sir, you have a quorum.
All right, thank you. We will have our invocation by Mr. Jake Rogers, the executive pastor over at Pillard Church. Mr. Rogers, please come to the podium, please, and give us an invocation.
Please join me in prayer. Heavenly Father, as we gather here tonight to attend to the work that you have set before this governing body, we confess that you are the authority who truly rules above all, and recognize that it is you who have put these authorities in place to serve your purposes and bring about the flourishing of this community. I pray that they would be leaders committed to cultivated fields, committed to the growth, care, and well-being of all those in the community that you have given them to lead. I also ask that as we prepare to hear the proclamation for International Men's Day, that you would faithfully walk with and bring up men of character and love in this community, and that all of Dumfries would be devoted to caring for the men and boys of this community as they face the many trials and temptations of life. Father, we also thank you for the opportunity that we have tonight to recognize and celebrate some of the faithful individuals with which you have blessed our community. We thank you for Miss Eileen Thrall and her many years of dedicated service to the Dumfries community and its people. We also thank you for the new police officers who will be introduced tonight and ask that your hand of protection be over them and that your peace would reign over their families as these officers seek to provide peace and justice to the people within this town. Finally, as the town council considers the many business and governing matters that lie before them tonight, we confess that your ways are above our ways and your thoughts above our thoughts. So it is you that we need to grant wisdom to these men and women who seek to serve and lead your people. We pray that you would grant them this wisdom, and we pray all of this in the name of your Son. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that thoughtful prayer. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Come on in, everyone. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. All right, please be seated. All right, next on our agenda is the adoption of the agenda. Are there any additions to the agenda? Okay, Councilman Fields, you have an addition?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Well, I know what it is. Yes, sir. I had a proclamation that I would like to read and add to the here it is right here. Okay. Proclamation for the retirement of the Reverend Dr. Joseph B. Fields. If I could have that added to.
Okay, proclamation awards. Okay. We'll start you off with that when we get to awards proclamation.
Sure.
We'll let you. Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Are any other additions or subtractions from the agenda? Okay, seeing none, I welcome a motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Okay, it's been moved
Second.
and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, I call for the question. Councilwoman Peterson?
Aye.
Vice Mayor?
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem?
Aye.
Councilman Pete?
Yes.
Councilman Fields?
Yes.
That's a yes for me. The agenda is adopted. All right, first on our agenda are the awards and proclamations. Councilman Fields.
Right, let me slow down a little bit here. First of all, geez, give me a minute, man. Just give me a minute. Can we go to something else and come back to me, please?
Okay.
If you would, just give me a second.
Vice Mayor?
Okay, I will be doing a proclamation for International Men's Day.
Proclamation recognizing International Men's Day. Whereas International Men's Day is observed on November 19th annually, and it provides an opportunity to acknowledge the invaluable contributions of men to our society, families, and communities. Whereas International Men's Day highlights the importance of addressing men's health and well-being, promoting positive male role models, and urging men and boys to be proactive in health matters, seeking early detection and treatment. And whereas on November 19th, International Men's Day celebrates the positive impact men have globally within their families and communities. We highlight positive role models and raise awareness of men's well-being. And whereas International Men's Day provides a platform to discuss and raise awareness about the issues that affect men, including mental health, fatherhood, and the challenges they navigate. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Council of Dumfries, Virginia hereby proclaim November 19th as International Men's Day and encourages all residents and stakeholders to celebrate and appreciate the contributions of men in our communities and families, support initiatives aimed at enhancing men's physical and mental health, promote positive role models and mentors for boys and young men, encourage healthcare providers, therapists, organizations, and nonprofits to celebrate men by offering more opportunities to access care and support, especially in mental health and disease prevention. Let us come together on International Men's Day to recognize and celebrate men in our lives and promote men's health initiatives and spread awareness of men's health stigmas faced in treatment, health-related masculinity stereotypes, and other challenges they often face. By order of the Town Council, Derek R. Wood, Mayor. I would like to ask the men of Kappa Alpha Psi to please come up and receive this proclamation as mentors in the community who are leading the way. How are you?
I'll let you all get a seat. Mr. Mayor, council members, Town of Dumfries, we, the Brothers of Woodbridge, Virginia Alumni Chapter, Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated, will accept this humbly. We have 5 objectives that we live by in our fraternity. 2 are apropos to tonight. 1 is to inspire service in the public interest. 2 is to encourage honorable achievement in every field of human endeavor. We live by that. The work that we do within our community, that leads us. We will continue our philanthropic efforts and giving scholarships and the service that we do within the community, whether it's at food banks, homeless shelters, churches, or schools. So we humbly accept this and we thank you. I want to give a moment to my good brother, Rod Holland.
Thank you, Brother Polmark, and to the mayor and members of the council, thank you for this most auspicious recognition this evening. I'll be brief. While you honor us this evening, we also want to extend a heartfelt thank you to you. We are very enthusiastically encouraged by the economic development we see in the area. And here's the reason why, in terms of real world implication for us as a fraternity. Oftentimes, as the mayor is a fraternity man, he's astutely aware. Oftentimes we have opportunities to bid to host regional and national meetings and conferences. And for a number of years, we have been excluded from that due to lack of hotel accommodation, food and beverage, entertainment service on this side of the county. And so by seeing what we're seeing with the hosts of Cranes, we feel confident that we will no longer be in the bidding darkness, but be coming into the bidding light, if you will. So we just want to say thank you for that. Thank you.
Councilman Phillips. Okay, I'm ready now. First of all, I'd like to say this proclamation is very personal to me. It is my father who I'll be speaking of. And he had his retirement ceremony this past weekend, and it was wonderful. And I read the same thing there. I just want to make it public here for the town. He's been to the town many of times to support many events and me and these events. I was a police officer and also here giving the invocation over the years. So here we go. Proclamation for the retirement of Reverend Dr. Joseph B. Fields, Jr. Whereas for over 48 years, Dr. Joseph B. Fields, Jr. has devoted his life to the service of Dinwiddie County and Nottoway County communities as pastor, touching the lives of countless individuals with unwavering commitment to the spiritual well-being of those he served. And whereas for over 34 of those years, Dr. Fields simultaneously pastored the historic Mount Nebo Baptist Church in Blackstone, Virginia, and the esteemed Mount Zion Baptist Church of Ford, Virginia, guiding and inspiring his congregations with wisdom, love, and spiritual leadership. And whereas the great churches Dr. Fields led, Mount Nebo Baptist Church and Mount Zion Baptist Church, both have deep roots in the African American community and stand as historical landmarks within their respective communities, representing a testament to the enduring faith and heritage of these congregations. And whereas throughout his illustrious career, Pastor Fields has tirelessly taught the Word of God to thousands of people across Dinwiddie and Nottoway County and throughout the Commonwealth of Virginia, instilling values, faith, and hope in the hearts of those he encountered. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Dumfries Town Council do hereby recognize the Reverend Dr. Joseph B. Fields, Jr. on his retirement from pastorship and celebrate his outstanding commitment to faith, community, and the betterment of the human spirit. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for his selfless service, his unwavering dedication to the people of Dinwiddie and Nottoway County, and his remarkable contributions to the spiritual growth and well-being of all those he served. By order of the council, Derek R. Wood, November 8th, 2023. Thank you.
All right, next it's a proclamation to recognize Miss Eileen Thrall as the Living Legend Proclamation. It says, whereas the Town Council of Dumfries, Virginia takes pride in acknowledging individuals whose contributions significantly impact our community, and whereas Eileen has exemplified the highest standards of public service, community engagement, and dedication to Dumfries. And whereas for over a decade, Eileen Thrall served as a dedicated reporter of the Potomac News, authoring the Dumfries Community Column, providing profound insights into the town's rich tapestry. And whereas Eileen's commitment to public service is undeniable, as demonstrated by her 20-plus years of service to the Prince William County Board of Zoning Appeals, contributing to the development and well-being of our county. And whereas Eileen's advocacy extends to preserving the environment, notably Quantico Creek, where she serves as a very vocal advocate for its protection and its enhancement, and is the head of the Friends of Quantico Creek, promoting the pristine beauty of Dumfries waterways. And whereas Eileen's devotion to the Dumfries United Methodist Church and her active roles, including board membership, have contributed to the spiritual growth and cohesiveness of the congregation. And whereas Eileen's representation of Dumfries community seniors on the Aging Commission for Prince William County showcase her unwavering commitment to ensuring the well-being of rights of elderly residents. Whereas Eileen's dedication to Dumfries has earned her the admiration and respect of the entire community, making her a living legend whose legacy will forever inspire generations. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the Town Council of Dumfries hereby recognize and we honor Eileen Thrall as a living legend for exemplary contribution to our community. I also have a congressional record that was read on the House floor. I'm not going to read it. I'm going to give it to you, though. But this is a congressional record from Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, who read all of your accomplishments on the floor to the Speaker of the House. And we have a representative here from Senator Kane, who also wants to give some remarks and say something. You want to say it on the mic so we can hear you too.
You know, they say that the change that someone makes is sometimes a very small change that impacted someone's life. And as someone who lived right on Quantico Creek for 3 years, thank you so much for your work and literally ensuring that the area I lived in was a better place. And like he just mentioned, I won't repeat all your incredible accomplishments, but I just want to say thank you. Thank you for the life of service you had. You're inspiring to everyone here. And even something as simple as saying, I'm going to, better the health of a creek, of a body of water so that other people can around enjoy that. You led that, and I'm just so grateful for that. And for that and many other reasons, I now bring this recognition to you, Miss Eileen Thrall. It says, United States Senate. This certificate of special recognition is presented to Eileen Thrall, recipient of the Mayor's Living Legend Award, awarded in Dumfries, Virginia. United States Senator Tim Kaine. And I would like to present this to you today.
Records.
Okay. Yeah, I did it perfect.
Say something here.
Of course, right here.
To the mayor and the town council and my friends that are here tonight as well. I was surprised and honored to receive this recognition. It has been my joy and privilege to serve this community. And I'm looking forward. I see such new leadership and, things that are going to be happening in Dumfries, and having grown up in Arlington and knowing that how much that has changed and how much this county has changed from when I came here, 50,000 people to 500,000 people. And I look forward to the growth in the town of Dumfries. Thank you very much for this. I appreciate it. So.
Thank you. Well, for Rhea Nickerson. She has 2 more certificates she wants to give out. Go ahead.
We thank once again Miss Eileen Thrall for her dedication, but there's someone else here today that is continuing that good work and the spirit, you would say, as the Town Employee of the Year. We're also here to recognize Rhea Nickerson. And the certificate reads, United States Senate. This certificate of special recognition is presented to Rhea Nickerson, recipient of the Town Employee of the Year Award, Dumfries, Virginia. United States Senator Tim Kaine. He would like to recognize you for your hard work in Dumfries as well.
To Mayor Wood, Town Council, Town Manager, I just want to say thank you so much. This means a lot. I'm born and raised just outside of Dumfries. My family's been here for 3 generations, so seeing this community grow and develop has been very exciting. And I've seen it really flourish within the last maybe 5 years. So being a part of that is just a privilege, and I look forward to the future. So thank you.
And the last one, we'll make sure we just give it to the chief. I know he's not here, but Officer Carrick's. Oh, okay, he's on his way, sorry. All right, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes on the agenda. I thought he was good.
I move we approve the minutes from our last meeting, Mayor.
It's been moved
Second.
and second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for the question. Councilman Fields,
Yes.
Councilman Pete,
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem,
Aye.
Vice Mayor,
Yeah.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
So yes, for me, the minutes carry. All right, next is citizen comment period. Were there any citizens who came signed up to speak?
No, sir.
Were there citizens that came in and to get a chance to sign in to speak? You looking at your mom? Oh, okay. All right. Seeing none, I'll move on to the council comments. Councilman Pete?
Absolutely. Oh, I just want to say thank you all for coming out today. It was it's enjoyable to see you all out here and catching some of the wisdom that's poured down from generations to generations for us to be able to be strengthened and move on and carry this great town into something that's all that we all can enjoy and turn into a great destination as we always speak of. I do want to congratulate the high school football teams that have made it to the playoffs in our area. I always like to highlight our youth and doing great things. If you can get out to see some of the games that we have in our local area, local schools coming up, please do. We have some fantastic kids that are doing some amazing things, and they are getting offers and visits to a lot of Division I schools that are televised. So if you can get a chance out there, you'll hear some of these names on your local channels coming up soon in the years. I do also want to highlight that we're getting into our eating season, and once again, health and wealth is one of the things that we pitch out here, and monitor your health and wealth as we get into our eating seasons. I call it the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's time frame. I always make a joke with my dad. He's like, "I'm trying to lose weight." I'm like, "Well, Dad, we're about to enter eating season, so that's not going to work." So, but do be mindful of our children that will be out and about, as they'll be having time off out of school, and we'll be playing childrenlessly out and about. And so, do be mindful of our children that'll be out and about. I believe that's all I have for tonight. Yeah, that's all I have for the mic. You,
Councilwoman Peterson? Yeah.
I just want to say thank you to Mr. Woods, Mayor, for introducing me to Leadership Prince William. I have finished my 7-week class. And I want to say thank you to Monet for mentoring me through the class and helping me with my independent development plan that I gave on Monday. I'm all done. Thank you. Thank you. And that's all I have to say.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Councilman Fields?
All right. I'm happy to see these faces out here. One of my favorites is in the audience. You know who you are, Ms. McLaughlin. Did she hear me? Ms. McLaughlin, one of my favorites out there. Always good to see you. I know one of my biggest fans. And the awards that I given, congratulations. You've probably done a few stories on me. But all good. I definitely always enjoy talking to you. Very kind and respectful, and just the best. Thank you so much. And it's just the best. Thank you. We have new officers coming. Great. I'm glad to see that. Y'all can't beat my record, no matter how hard you try. So it's all good. So good to see everyone out. And listen, one of my biggest holidays is coming up, and it's not Thanksgiving. Veterans Day. I'm a proud veteran. 24 years in Virginia Army National Guard, retired. A proud veteran. So, thank you. We have other veterans on the council. I'll let them talk about themselves. But I that's my favorite, one of my favorite holidays of the year. And shout out to the veterans. And next time you see a veteran, you know, I thank me for my service all the time. So thank you for your service as well. All right, thank you.
Chair Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to thank our town manager and staff for a series of fantastic events last month. What stands out most to me are our Pink and Purple Brunch and of course the Fall Festival. The Pink and Purple Brunch was hands down one of the most impactful events that I have ever participated in. And I'm proud that Dumfries is once again leading the way and empowering our folks. And I just can't wait to see what next year is going to provide. So definitely want to thank our Director of Civic Engagement, Ms. Tangi Hill, and our event coordinator, Ms. Yvette Ragland, for just constantly representing us well and making sure we are giving out quality events. So also, fellas, don't fret. Don't fret none. We are going to have an event celebrating International Men's Day on November 19th, where we're going to provide access and information on some preventative care. So it's from 2 to 4. We will have food, we'll have panel discussions, you'll hear from survivors, and we'll have food. So please go to our website and register to spend a couple hours with us on the 19th. Also, I would like to thank all of our veterans for your service, and special shout out to my favorite vet, my father, who served proudly in the United States Navy. Go Navy, beat Army.
That's right.
Also want to wish our Marines a very happy birthday, and finally like to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving.
Vice Mayor.
Thank you. Okay, so piggybacking off of where Pro Tem left off, again, I'm very proud of the overwhelming success that we had from the Pink and Purple event. And on the heels of that, as we move into what I anticipate to be a very awesome, equally successful Men's International Day celebration event, where we'll have an opportunity to continue to celebrate and honor men, the extraordinary men in our community who contribute to the fabric of our community. We have inspiring mentors such as those who were here this evening from Kappa Alpha Psi, some of the coaches on the fields and on the courts in our communities, my colleagues here on council. Thank you for your visionary, the visions that you impart and your leadership here in the community. A special thank you to my husband, who embodies service in dual roles because he is also a football coach, and then he serves as a commissioner here on the Planning Commission, and he also serves on one of the other boards as well. So he is another man in the community who exemplifies what we will be celebrating on International Men's Day. And for that, I encourage you all to make sure that you register if you plan on attending, because it helps us to prepare adequately to make sure that there is enough food that we keep talking about. Food is not the best part, but I know that we are all looking forward to it, or you all are looking forward to it, because this is an event for the men in the community. And not often do you see events that are targeted at men. So we are trying to do things a little bit different here in Dumfries and not leave you all behind, and actually celebrate you and provide you with resources and information. So please make sure that you register and bring a friend, but register that friend too. Anyone that I may have missed as I talk about the awesome men in the community, please charge it to my brain. But I know that you won't hold it against me because I know that we don't contribute to the community for the accolades. We do it because of the impact that it has. So I know you won't hold it against me. I also want to congratulate Councilwoman Peterson on the completion of your program with Leadership Prince William. I too am an alumni of the program. So I know that it is a great program, and I know that you have gotten a great amount of information to grow with. And thank you for choosing me to be your mentor. It speaks a lot, and I appreciate that you trust my knowledge and experience and allow me to impart that on you as a mentor. And I look forward to continuing to work with you and continuing to grow with you as well. And thank you to all the veterans, including those in my own family. I have a daughter who is a career serviceman. She's in the Air Force, and my dad served. We have veterans all through our families, and what would we do without them, right? So take a minute to thank them and celebrate them as well. Thank you, sir. I yield.
So much. I'm trying to see what can I add to the discussion. Well, yesterday was election day, as you all know, and I want to congratulate all who ran and campaigned for office. We all looking at the past elected officials around, those who are sitting up here. Running for office isn't for the faint at heart. And, people do it for different reasons. So my hat's out to everyone who tried. Congratulations goes out to our new chair-elect, Ms. Deshandra Jeffers, on her historic election. She'll be the first Black woman to lead Prince William County as the chair. And so that's surprising. Congratulations to our supervisor, Andrea Bailey, on her successful reelection, and all of our friends around the county who won reelections. We want to say congratulations. We as a town are looking forward to working with everybody on the Board of County Supervisors to continue to bring great resources to our town and our community. In addition to Veterans Day, this is also Military Family Appreciation Month. It's a time to really set aside and recognize the families who also serve those military members. Oftentimes the family get dragged from city to city, state to state every few years. And so it's a time to appreciate those families. I think everybody talked about Veterans Day already. But we also have usually the first 5 days of the month, the U.S. Small Business Association celebrates the veteran small business owners. So it was National Small Veteran Business Owner Week. We also have the Saturday after Black Friday is Small Business Saturday. So we encourage everybody to go out. On November the 10th, this year, the Marines will turn 247 years old. So happy birthday to all the Marines, Semper Fidelis, to all of them. We know Veterans Day is the day after that, November the 11th. After we celebrate the Marines, we get 2 days in a row. Happy Thanksgiving in advance to everyone. It's a time of, I think, gratitude. November is actually a gratitude month. So it's a time to really express all the things that we are grateful for, opportunity to connect with our family, connect with our friends, and to connect with our community. So take time to really think about what you're grateful for. I think Oprah Winfrey says, if you think about all the things that you're grateful for, you'll have more of those things that you're grateful for. So take the time. One of the days I do want to highlight this month, November 13th, they call it World Kindness Day. Anybody probably never heard of that, but I thought it was unique when I saw it and wanted to share about World Kindness Day, because we're reminded of the fundamental role that kindness plays in really fostering a sense of community and connection. It's a value that transcends all barriers, touching lives and inspiring change. And I think in Dumfries, we've seen the power of kindness every day, whether it's a neighbor who has helped another neighbor, or a volunteer dedicating their time in this community, or a stranger who just give you a friendly smile. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, it really weaves the fabric of caring in our community. And so let's celebrate kindness, not just on the 13th, but I think we should celebrate kindness and let it guide our actions every day. Let it be one of the strengths and the pillars of our community today and always. Want to again thank all the individuals and organizations that came out and supported the Sneaker and Community Awards Gala. each recipient who spoke that night left us inspired by their heart. And it was a common theme. It was a heart of service, and it was a sense of community that we saw in each and every individual that was recognized. Over this past weekend, I want to share in closing that Dumfries was abuzz with a lot of energy from some young minds from the Jack and Jill Woodbridge chapter. We turned this area here into a little mini town hall for some youthful ideas and inspirations. We had a group of kids from kindergarten to second grade who presented and created campaign posters before the election that said "Vote for me," and they got dressed up in their little suits and their dresses, and they gave a pitch about they gave one-liner about why they should vote for them, and kids said everything from they would give all the homeless people free food to free candy from everybody to the adults will have no rules at all. And it was compelling campaigns, and they made some cute little posters with their parents, and their creativity was so impressive that I just selected all of them to be mini mayors for the day. I couldn't just pick one. And so they all became little mayors, and I loved it. So lastly, the thought for the month I want to leave you with, or your food for thought, says unity and diversity. So I said this month, let's celebrate our differences. Let's learn from each other. Let's build a stronger, more compassionate community by recognizing the unique contributions of each individual. Together, we can create a tapestry of varied threads, each one vital to the strength and beauty of the whole. Let this thought remind us that our collective resilience and harmony are born out of a willingness to embrace and to continue to support one another. With that said, we have the chief and Oriella come up. Thank you. It's all of the same. I don't know which one you're doing first, introduction to officers or your certificate. Your introduction to Carrie. Certificate. Your certificate. Yeah, so you know. Yeah. Oh, fuck with Carrie.
I have Chief here with me, but I have a recognition for someone that is a shining example of an officer, and it's the perfect night to highlight this since we have two new officers who are joining. Just know that Dumfries is home to Officer Carrick Robertson, who serves, honestly, your service, your dedication to what I spoke to you about, which you said, oh, I'm just doing my job. Your dedication to doing your jobs to the best of your ability has really, changed this community and affected them at the time when they needed you most. So thank you for your dedication to doing your job to the best of your ability. And tonight here, with the town council and with all these members and the chief and your captain here, we are recognizing you. I have a certificate of special recognition to present to you, Officer Carrick Robertson. You are the recipient of the Police Officer of the Year Award for Dumfries, Virginia, and you're being recognized by U.S. Senator Tim Kaine. So I have that certificate here with me today for you.
Appreciate it. Oh, okay.
Once again, being put on the spot. First and foremost, big thanks to Senator Tim Kaine. This actually means a lot to me. As I said before, when I was recognized at the Mayor's Ball, our department is in a very unique situation where our department is going to grow. And, you know, the chief was very adamant that when he took over, that, you know, take all the training you need, I'll back you up with it. So that way you can, you know, be somebody in this department to help it grow, to help it become, you know, more than just a blip on the map. So without him, I wouldn't be able to probably be where I am now in terms of all the continuing education I've done and the training I've done. So definitely a big thank you to the chief when it comes to stuff like that. And also for the town council, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know me very well throughout the years that I've been here. I have nothing but to give dedication to you guys and to this town. And so also I appreciate the support that you showed me throughout my career here, which I believe been here 5, 6 years now. So, and hope to still keep on going. Of course, family also very important too, because without them, I also wouldn't be here. You know, that support system, you know, with that. And that's it.
Chief, the floor is yours.
Good evening, council, mayor, vice mayor. I'm going to introduce 2 new officers tonight. And the first one I'll introduce is Carolyn Solarte. Is that correct? We were able to recruit her from the gym down in Tribute off of Possum Point, or I don't know if we recruited her or she recruited us. But we're glad to have her, and I'd like for her to come up and introduce herself to you guys.
Good evening. I'm Carolyn Solarte. Born and raised in New York. Out of high school, I went to the Army. After the Army, I spent some time being a mother to my daughter and furthering my education, getting my bachelor's in exercise science, which is what led me to meet the chief in the gym. After that, we moved here to Virginia. Been here in Dumfries for about 2 years now. We love it. My daughter loves her school, and I'm looking forward to graduate the academy and hitting the streets. Thank you.
You know, the second one I would like to introduce you is, if you guys don't already know him, from Williamstown, Mr. Robert Mervin, to come up and speak to himself. And when he asked me for a job, there was no way I was telling him no.
Yeah. Good evening, all. I want to say thank you for having me here today. My name is Robert Mervin. I was born in Philadelphia, but I moved here as a very young child. I lived in Williamstown for roughly 24, 25 years of my life. So I know this town like the back of my hand. Nothing makes me more proud than to be able to work for this town, work for these great people, these great residents of Dumfries. I couldn't imagine working anywhere else in this world. I love this town. I just want to give back to it what it's given to me. It's helped me mold myself into the man I am today. And, you know, there's nothing I want more than to graduate from the academy and hit the streets of Dumfries.
Do the swearing in, just.
You're gonna swear both of them? It's good. He didn't tell us that he went to school on a football scholarship and came back. Yeah, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Carolyn, you.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I say your name.
I, Carolyn Solarte,
A police officer for the Incorporated Town of Dumfries,
a police officer for the Incorporated Town of Dumfries,
Virginia,
Virginia,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the ordinances and laws
and the ordinances and laws
of the Town of Dumfries,
of the Town of Dumfries,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent upon me
as an officer for the Town of Dumfries,
as an officer for the Town of Dumfries,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome to the Town of Dumfries.
He'll give it for you.
Thank you.
Hello,
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I say your name,
I, Robert Mervin,
a police officer for the Incorporated Town of Dumfries, Virginia,
a police officer for the Incorporated Town of Dumfries, Virginia,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Virginia,
and the ordinances and laws
and the ordinance and laws
of the Town of Dumfries,
of the Town of Dumfries,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially discharge
and impartially discharge
all the duties incumbent upon me
all the duties incumbent on me
as an officer for the Town of Dumfries,
as an officer for the Town of Dumfries,
according to the best of my abilities,
according to the best of my abilities.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome to the Town of Dumfries.
Give for you as well. Thank you.
All right, we're gonna move right along while they sign that, because this is relatively easy. We're gonna move to our action items. The first one is an authorization to authorize a public hearing on amendments to our town code regarding certain traffic fees. So our town attorney, our chief, gonna present that.
We can do it together,
Okay.
but let me just tell you, it has been suggested to us that there would be more effective enforcement, that is people paying their fines more quickly. If we took advantage of the opportunity to have two additions to our ordinances that would, if once somebody was convicted of them or prepaid, it would not go against their DMV record. So it is more likely people will come in if they're charged with one of these violations and prepay in advance. So that would both help the town's general fund. It would, in addition, benefit the person who was charged because they wouldn't have that on their record. And importantly, it would make for more efficient law enforcement because the officers would not have to go over to court and spend time in court in order to enforce these particular charges. Chief, please go ahead and add, but that's the foundation by which we're bringing these to you.
Yes, so these new sections that you see is not something that we will write for. It's a lesser when you come to court. So like Ms. Pandick said, it's a code section that if you decide to plead guilty to that charge, it's a non-movement violation. So it doesn't affect points on your record if you decide to plead to that lesser included charge. Also, the fines depend on your driving history. So it's not like it's going to be more fines that you pay because of these code sections. That all depends, like every traffic ticket that you get, the amount of the fine depends on your driving record. So it won't affect any fines or anything like that. And like I said, we won't write for it. It's nothing that we will look for. We will use that as a coming to court as a plea down to assist those, even with good, clean driving records. So you have the +5 driving record. You never had a ticket before, but we write you a ticket. This is something that would be a non-moving violation, so it won't affect your driving record and your insurance when it comes to that.
All right, so the only question is, what is the public hearing date that they're making a motion for?
The meeting date will be for your December 5th.
Okay, December 5th public hearing. All right, Chair Pro Tem, you have a question?
Yes, I actually just have more of a comment, just a clarifying comment that the ordinance, this is not really, we're not introducing anything new to the ordinance. The only thing that it's not a new fee, it's not a new fine. The only thing we're doing is creating the ability for folks to settle before they go to court so that it doesn't affect their driver's license. But prior to doing this, there's no method of giving them that alternate.
I think if I could phrase it a different way, these are not new violations. There are violations of law right now, but they are two in which we have the authority, because state law has not preempted it or we have not signed off on it, to use this different opportunity with respect to the penalties.
Okay, okay, thank you.
Vice Mayor.
So today we are just talking about approving it going to public hearing, at which point we'll have an opportunity to discuss because what was interesting, Ms. Pandek, is you're leading with this will add to the town's general fund. That is a sticking point. We do not want to increase anything purposely for the purpose of adding to the town's general fund, especially as it applies to fighting people in our town. That was an interesting lead, but we'll discuss that during public hearing. Thank you.
If I might, Mr. Mayor, just so there's no confusion, I perhaps didn't phrase it as well as I should have.
Okay.
If people were charged and convicted and fined, absent these ordinances, we would get the money.
Mhm.
We would get it having to have perhaps at times officers go to court in order to have the trials, those sorts of things, instead of prepayment. The prepayment aspect of this makes it more likely that the funds will be paid to the court without all the effort of going to court, using officer time, et cetera, in order to get those convictions. So I do not anticipate, I should state, I do not anticipate that there will be additional enforcement simply because these ordinances exist.
Thank you very
Rather, it's
much
an
for
alternative.
that clarification. It was necessary. Thank you.
Okay, so we're looking for a motion to authorize the public hearing on amendments to the town code for December the 5th regarding certain traffic fees. Councilman Pete.
So move.
Okay, it's been moved.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and second. Seeing no further discussion, we'll call for the question. Vice Mayor.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Councilman Pete.
Yes.
Councilwoman Peterson.
Yes.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
And that's a yes, that motion is scheduled. The second one is an ordinance amending the borrowing ordinance to include additional permitted uses for our bond to 2023 B note. And we'll have our Mr. Anderson, PC.
Mr. Mayor, members of council, good evening. I'm Jesse Bausch with Sands Anderson. I did not expect to be back to this meeting. We had the meeting last month where everything was approved. We signed those rate lock agreements with the bank where we locked in those rates. The thing that we were not aware of until we talked with them after that approval was normally the way these are approved is we approve a maximum amount. And if we're going to be a little bit less than that, then usually that's fine with the bank. What they told us is just the way that they lock in these numbers, they require it to be the amount that was assigned in the rate lock agreement. So that left us with a little bit of a quandary with the B note because the B note is really just limited to reimbursement of the final judgment amount. And so what we actually authorized was a little bit more than that. So the fix that we found, so from their perspective, we can refund that kind of little overage amount because we can prepay at any time. But that doesn't solve the issue of what's actually authorized for that note. So our solution is to just increase what the B is authorized for. It's authorized for the judgment. And if we approve this amendment, also the general town capital projects that the A note is for, some of that could be used for the B note as well. So that's just designed to make sure that everything is authorized properly. And again, the economics of this probably won't change at all. We can still kind of reduce it down to the purposes that we had. We just need to kind of remedy this little kind of snafu with the bank folks. But happy to answer any questions.
So do we need a public hearing to make this amendment?
You should not. I mean, you conducted the public hearing and there's nothing really that's materially changed in terms of the amount that's been authorized or anything like that. So.
Okay. Council, any questions, comments? Okay, seeing none, I guess we welcome a motion to amend it to an ordinance of the council to amend the borrowing ordinance to include addition and permitted uses for note 2023 B.
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and second. All right, seeing no discussion, I call for the question. Councilwoman Peterson.
Aye.
Vice Mayor.
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem.
Aye.
Councilman Pete.
It's a yes for me.
Councilman Fields.
Yes.
That's a yes for me. That motion carries 7-0. Our final action item for today. Look at y'all rolling today. An amendment to the rules of procedure to include provision for the consent agenda to the rules of procedure. Ms. Pandek.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Chair Pro Tem Miles had proposed that we consider an opportunity to have a consent agenda on council agendas. And so you have before you a proposed amendment to the council's rules and procedures, a section 9 consent agenda, which would provide for items that require council authorization, but are not anticipated to require discussion. Might be examples like the authorization for public hearing, which we had earlier this evening, could be resolutions, generally a sense that there would not be a need to have discussion. And then those items, whether it be one item or 10 items, would be approved by a single vote instead of each individually. There would not be any discussion permitted on those items if they're on the consent agenda, but a member of council who wanted to discuss an item could ask for it to be removed. Council could vote on the other items and then go to the item that was removed for appropriate discussion.
Chair Pro Tem?
Yeah, so thank you, Ms. Natick, for putting this together and then for also that summary. The reason I had introduced this is I know this is something other boards use. We've done it in the past and it'll just help us move more efficiently for some routine things that we know are not controversial, scheduling public hearings of that nature. So at that point, I'd like to make a motion to approve, please.
So moved.
She made it. 2 seconds.
Oh, I'm seconding. Yes, sorry.
All right, it's been motioned and second. Or any discussion? Mr. Councilman Pete?
No discussion.
Okay, I'll call for the question. Councilman Pete?
Yes.
Councilman Fields?
Yes.
Chair Pro Tem?
Aye.
Councilman Peterson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor?
Yes.
And that's a yes for me. All right, that concludes our agenda. This meeting is adjourned.